All right, if you take a look at the title of the unit, it's called Geometry Vocab. I'm sure you've taken classes in the math classes in the middle school where you do a topic, one day is a certain topic, you get tested on it, and then you don't see that topic till when? Maybe the final exam or the Regents again, right? Not in here. And that's what I love about this course is when we do a topic, that topic stays throughout all the other units, including this unit right here, vocabulary. You guys are going to learn a lot of vocabulary this unit that maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't. All right? Today, though, I'm going to take it nice and slow for you. We're only going to talk about one word today. Monday, the floodgates open. All right? And I just want you guys to realize that when I say vocabulary, I will never have definition tests in here. Absolutely not. My expectation as far as vocabulary goes is I give you a word, you can draw it. That's what I want. I don't care if you know the definition. That doesn't bother me. It's you can draw. Right? So the first one I'm going to introduce, and the only one I'm going to introduce today, is what's called a geometric net. All right? A geometric net. So let's get a definition down on what a net is, because I'm sure some of you have never heard of this before, which is great. So here's a geometric net. It's a two-dimensional pattern. All right, a two-dimensional pattern, and I got more to this. And what do I mean by a two-dimensional pattern? Everyone look at example 1 right below. That's a two-dimensional pattern. That's what I mean by that. Okay, so this is a net right here. But that two-dimensional pattern, that can be folded to form a three-dimensional object. All right, so the best way for me to show you this is visually, instead of talking about it. I'm sure a lot of you recycle in here or have recycled in the past, right? So here's my cereal box that I have. Okay, it was originally a three-dimensional cereal box, right? 3 dimensions. I recycled it, broke it down, opened it up. This is a net, okay? This is a net of this three-dimensional cereal box. So I want to make sure I'm very, very detailed here to let you guys know the net is the two-dimensional object, okay? Not the three-dimensional one. The net is when you recycle it and open it up. All good there, all right? Quick discussion, because you guys know I don't like to do math for all the time here. Cereal preferences in here. What do you got for me? Fruit Loops. That's actually the exact same thing somebody in period 3 said was the first one. Fruit Loops. Okay, now we got to talk then, because there's like 50 different varieties. Is that with the berries? Just the old school plain stuff. Wow. Okay, that's hardcore. Others? Just those two. There's got to be more. Yeah.
Frosted Flakes.
Ooh, nice. Frosted Flakes. That's a new one today. Grape nuts, huh? That's like, it's like you might just want to eat this cardboard right there instead. Okay, I'll respect it. I got respect. I got my respect. Others, come on. That's it? We're going to have a long year here. Come on. Nothing else? Okay, what about toppings? Obviously milk. Hopefully nobody does like orange juice or water or something weird like that. Get out of here if you do. It's an embarrassment. Toppings? You never put anything on your cereal. We're going to... No bananas.
I put like blueberries.
All right, yeah. Blueberries.
Certain types though. Like you can put blueberries on fruit. Like that's
all right, what do you put, like Cheerios?
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios, okay. Strawberries, somebody said in the other class. For me, I do bananas, that's good. Animal crackers. Seems strange, but let's be real here. If you're going to eat a bag of animal crackers, what's your drink of choice? What's your drink of choice? Darn right, milk, and it's already there. It's already in the cereal. I know, mind blown. Anybody mix their cereals? Like I always do, like a healthy with a high sugar one, like Honey Nut Cheerios versus and some Fruit Loops in there. No, nobody ever mixes them. Okay, that was it. Great talk. Great talk, everyone. Great talk. I'll get you guys to break. We'll get there. All right. I know you guys just want to get down to business, right? Before we move on to example 1, let me show you my classic example of a three-dimensional object into a net. Welcome to the cube I have in my hand right now. How many faces does this cube have? How many faces? 6, right? So when I open this up and draw a net, how many squares should I have? 6. The number of the number of faces on an object. Ready? Let's just make a little note down here so we remember this. Number of faces should always be equal to the number of shapes on your net. All right? Always. So if you have a 7-faced three-dimensional object, you should have 7 shapes on your net. Always should match. All right, so here's what I did for you guys. I opened this up, and this is what I ended up with, a net for a cube. By the way, there's 11 different ways I could open up a cube. 11. You're going to find all 11 at the end of class. But right now, here's one out of the 11 ways I could open it up. In your groups right now, I want you to fold it back up for me to form my cube. Fold it back up. But when you do, tell me the 3 pairs of letters that are opposite each other. All right, 3 pairs of letters that are opposite each other. Go right ahead. Woo, talk it over with each other. All right, we're ready. Uh-oh, first one of the year here. He's using it. Oh, I've been dreading this all day. All night I couldn't sleep. Give me a pair. 10, Matt.
E and B.
E-N.
B.
B, got it. Second pair. 16, Adrian.
A and C.
A and C. And I won't call on anybody else because by process of elimination, what do we have left here? F and D. Good work, everybody. Good work. All right, can you go backwards now for me? How about I give you the three-dimensional object? Here's a pyramid right here. A pyramid. Draw me a net for it. Basically, recycle it. Open it up, and let me see what you got. Whoa, whoa! How many faces does this bad boy have? How many faces? 5. How many shapes should you have then? 5. Let's go. Let's see it. Remember that they should always match. And I don't want to call on anybody here and make you come up, but anybody want to volunteer and put their so-called correct net up? Don't screw it up, Josh.
I might.
Are you done?
Yeah. Well, no, label the net with its. Wait, I need to. Wait. No. I have to label all of them.
No, you do not. Thank you. I asked if he was done. I know even if it doesn't say it in the directions, you still, if your three-dimensional object has units, so does your net. You do not have to label each edge. All right, but the ones that are given should be labeled. All right, so just keep that in mind, everyone. All right, we all good? I'm sure this is the one most. Did anybody have a different net? Because I want you guys to realize that's not the only one that can be drawn. What if I started my triangle as the base? and had the square come off of it, you can do that as well. All right, just don't think there's one net for every object, because that is incorrect, I think. All right, incorrect. All good. Drawing the net, folding it back up. All right, I want to show you a different kind of drawing. That's not a net, but we can break it apart. This is not a net. This is a different kind of drawing. Anybody, period 3 new, just put some pressure on you. There's 2 different names for this that I would accept. Anybody know what kind of drawing this is? Nice! Redeeming period 5, isometric. This is an isometric drawing. Anybody know the other one? Begins with an O? Or for the graphic. Good, period 5. You guys are honors, huh? It's an isometric drawing. I could still break up an isometric drawing just like I can with a net. I want to know in your group right now, how many cubes can I form? And when I say cubes, same size cubes, please. Same size cubes. So if I take this isometric drawing, break it up, how many cubes could I form? All right, I'll get back to you guys in a second. How many cubes could I form here? All right, let's see what you got for me. 4, Doyle.
6.
6 cubes. Good work. Good work, everyone. Okay, 6 cubes. All right, all good. I just wanted to show you a different kind we could also break down. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a different turn here and get away from nets, and I want to show you something on your calculator that you will be helpful all year long. Did anybody learn how to use a store key last year in algebra? They teach you how to use the store key. No. All right, perfect. Here's the deal. We know, if I let you guys try to do this on your own right now, you take -2, and anywhere you saw an X, you'd plug it in, right? And then you take 4, and anywhere you saw a Y, you would plug it in. And then finally, anywhere you saw a Z, you take -6 and drop it in there and try to calculate it. Yikes. Yikes. That's a lot of variables, a lot of numbers, and I'm starting to see double negatives, squaring. Now I'm starting to think order of operations. What the heck do I do first? All right. Could you probably do it? Yeah, maybe. Maybe, but you know what? I don't want to hear maybe. I want to know I got this right. All right. And I'm going to show you something on your calculator with 100% efficiency. You'll get this right every time. All right. I don't want to have to gamble and say, oh, I might be getting this right. I think I am. I'm pretty good on honors. No. 100% correctness that this is going to be for sure the final answer. So what I'm going to show you in your calculator right now is how do I put these 3 numbers in for those 3 variables. All right. So we go to our calculators. Let's start with, what's it asking me to plug in for X? What's it asking me to plug in for X? -2. So I start with the number I need to plug in. So I'm going to go -2. And I'm going to tell the calculator, I need you to put that in every time you see an X. And the way we do that is, does everyone see your X to the Y button and see the arrow? That's the store button. So we're going to go Shift X to the Y. And that arrow should be in there. And now you're going to tell your calculator what variable to plug it in for, which is what in our problem? X. And you guys know where to get X from last year. So X. Enter, execute, whatever you call it. So now every time on your calculation screen, your calculator sees an X, it's automatically going to plug in -2 for you correctly. All right, now we got to do it for Y and Z. It's asking us to plug in 4 for Y. So ready, 4. Always plug in the number first you want to store. Shift X to the Y. And now do you see where you get the Y from? Everyone look at the number 3. See how it's got a Y in the top corner? So now I got to hit alpha 3 if I want that Y to be there. Enter. And now finally we got to plug in -6 for Z. So -6, store it in for Z, which is your plus sign. It goes in alpha, the letters go in alphabetical order. So alpha plus. All right, so now I have all my letters now, my variables and my numbers plugged in. So now we'll just go back to the expression we need the answer for and type everything in as is, and the calculator will do all the grinding. It'll plug everything in the correct order and use order of operations. So 4 parentheses, 2x raised to the 4th plus 5y minus z. We'll close that up and square it. And then we'll do minus x on the outside. Now I don't have to worry about a darn thing. It's right there. Okay, so that should come out to be 13,400. Couple things now. Couple things. Number one is when you're doing these problems on homework tonight, you know, you're going to have to restore. If you have something other than -2 for x, you're going to have to go in, type it in, and then your calculator will override it. All right, so say x is 4. So 4 stored in for x, -2 is never there anymore. Okay, last thing, you guys know how I harped yesterday on show work, show work, show work for your homework? Well, now that I showed you this on the calculator, tonight I don't expect any work. I expect you to use your store key and just write down the answer. All right, so don't worry about showing work for these type of problems tonight on homework, because I just showed you how to use your calculator to get it. Not bad, right? You know where this is going to come in handy? Anybody do quadratic formula last year? Anybody remember how many variables were in quadratic formula? You had A, B, C. Now we can store all those in, type in the quadratic formula into our calculator, and it'll do it all for us. And we will be doing that later on this year. All right, so I just wanted you guys to see the store key here. So 13,000, what was it? 458. Anybody have any issues not getting this and maybe typing in something incorrect? We're all good? Okay. So I guess we move on to our last piece for the day here, a big group activity. Anybody? Pinwheels. Okay, let's just talk about this right now. Let's get it out of the way. I need you to start memorizing the slide transitions. All right, and I'll show you why here. So let me go back to the beginning. Ready? I'll start naming them for you. You start getting them in your head. Drop. Everyone saw that one. That's the drop transition. Genie comes in like out of the lamp. Genie. You're probably like, why are we doing this? Stay with me. Slide left. You see I pushed it there. Slide left. Pinwheels. Pinwheels. All right. You're starting to see some duplicate now. Genie. Good. Good. What do you think I call that? Oh, you guys are honors, huh? Star. Yep. Stay with me. Book. Book. It's kind of like you're flipping the page. Book. Drop. Drop. It just dropped, right? Stay with me. Flip. Yes, good. Flip. That's a flip. Cube. Nice. That's a cube. Spin. Yep, spin. There's a lot here, isn't there? There's a lot to remember. Why is he doing this? Star. Good. Genie. Yep. Some duplicate now. Spin. Yep. We're going to see some new ones here, hopefully. Flip. Ooh, 2 flips in a row. Why is he wasting all this time? Ooh. Shatter. Shatter like glass. Shatter. Yes, shatter. That's a new one. Flip. Yep. Oh, everyone see it. There it is, right there. Promethean person. The Promethean. This is called I call it my Promethean board. But the Promethean person. Very rarely do they make an appearance. Very rare. You just saw the rare appearance that they made right there. Here's my rule this year to have a little bit of fun other than just doing that. If during a slide transition it appears, the person appears. If, as a class, you can guess, there's like 15 of them, If you can guess the next slide transition, I cancel homework for the night. I will take nominations. We will vote as a class. I will do the next slide, and if it is the one you guys have agreed upon, no homework. All right, so something a little different there. All right, a couple more here, and then we'll get to the final thing here. Ooh, fade, fade. That's a fade right there. So you guys have seen most of those. There's a couple more I'm thinking of that haven't come up, but book, yep, good. Swing, swing. When it drops from the corner, that's a swing. White. Okay, there's a difference between sliding to the left or the right and then what you just saw right there, which is a white. Book, yeah. I'm only going to do a couple more here because I know you guys are so involved here. That's slide left, and there's also slide right. Genie, yep. I'm waiting for, we're missing curtains. Shatter, yep. Swing. Okay, I'm only going to do two more till we can get to the end here. Fade. Pinwheels, good. All right, so we'll start this next week. If our person comes up, we'll take a break, start getting some nominations, and then see if you guys get some no homework for the night. All good? It's happened. Classes can do it. All right, classes can do it. All right, we good? All right, so what'd you do in math today? We just did slide transitions. We didn't learn anything in math. Last group activity for the day. I mentioned my cube at the beginning of class and said there's 11 different ways to open up a cube. You and your group are going to find those 11 right now. All right, you're going to find those 11. First thing, I'm going to give you the first one because we already know which one of them is because we did it in example 1. So this one right here, down at the bottom left-hand corner, that's the one we did in example 1. So you and your group now are on the hook for the other 10. Let's get off on the right foot. How many faces on my cube? So some of these nets don't even make sense. Don't even bother trying to fold them. You know it's not going to happen. All right, because we know it's got to have 6. So I'm going to give you guys plenty of time to discuss in your group. Can you do it? Can you find the remaining 10? What I'm going to do to make it easier on both of us, I'll give me a row number and a column number, please, to tell me exactly where your net is. Also, let me know too. Somebody gives an answer and it's a correct net, but you didn't have it down. You're like, how in the world does that form a net? Let me know because I'll show you. All right, that was the net I just highlighted that we had in example 1. We'll show you how it forms the cube. All right, so let me know if somebody says a net and you're like, wait a second, I didn't have that and I'm not too sure how it does. Just raise your hand, let me know. Who cares, right? All right, let's do this. Let me get my name sheets here. Okay, if I were, there it is. All right, let's get down to business here. Ready? Ho, number 7. Start us off right, Amy. Give me a row.
4-1.
Yep.
4-1.
4-1. The T?
Yeah.
You got it. That will form a net. Good work there. Good work. Everyone's all right with the T. Moving on. 17 going deep. Zeev.
05. 3.
Last one here. Yep. The Z. Any issues yet? How about 2? Zoe?
4, 7, 4, 5.
Over here. Yep. That's a good one. That will form a cube. I'll ask at the end. You tell me at the end which ones you want to see me fold up. 12. 12, 12. Olivia?
3.
Row 1, 3. Yep, good work. Great work. Guys are on fire. 17, back to it. Zeev, back to you.
3-1.
3-1 is a good net. Any more here? 8. 8, 8. Josh?
2-1.
2-1. This one right here?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me where your bottom is then. Where's the bottom of this cube?
That one.
This one? Okay. Let's see. Where are we going to fold this one, up or down?
Oh, never mind, I'm wrong.
Okay, you see where you're going to have open spot? All right, you're going to have an open side there. Or one's going to overlap. You want to give me another one you're confident in?
The 2-5.
Over all the way down here? You got it. That's a net. That's a good net. What do we got? 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. So we got 4 more to go. All right, let's do it. 17. Oh, see? It never knows. Zeev, let's go.
1-1.
1-1. First one up. Here's a net. Ooh, maybe we'll have to see that one. Fold it. Good work. 16. 1 back. Adrian.
2-4.
2 over 4 is this one right here, and that is a good net. Yep. Good job. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2 more. Ah! That's the way it works, Steve.
2-2.
2-2. Kids is on fire. Knowing the nets, yes. And then I think we got one more, right? Let me just check my answer key here. Yep, one more. Where is that? One more. Come on, finish strong. Finish.
4-2.
Unbelievable. Almost took half of them away. 5 out of 11. Good work. All right, let me know which one, any one of these we want to see. Fold it up. Good, Amy.
We fold 1-2.
1, 2. Which one?
1-2. That one, yeah.
How it can't be?
Yeah, that one.
I only have what can be. Sorry. So where's your, okay, what would you start as the bottom?
Like the middle.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. So I'll put an X there for the bottom. Let's go to the left. How would you fold this one? Up or down? Up. Okay. So I fold that up, which means this one's got to come up or down. Okay. So I'm folding this one up and this one up, right? But now aren't I getting, if that's the bottom, if I fold this one up and then this one over, I'm still missing a side though. That's the thing. I'm still going to be missing something. Okay. And hey, I'm glad Amy's brought this up. I struggle visually too, big time with this. I struggle visually. You know what I like to do sometimes? Take a piece of paper, draw the boxes like they are, cut them out, and see if I can fold them. Okay, so if that happens to you, take some time, cut one out, and see if you can fold it to form the box. Okay, good. Any other questions, comments? Okay, the rest of the time here, which I don't think is much time, maybe 5 minutes left in class. 11:35. Yep, we got 5 minutes left. You can go ahead and do page 3. Check your answers. Let's get in this habit. It's just lazy if you don't. I don't know how you can do problems and not know if you're right or wrong.